Hello, we're Nerdmageddon, and today we're talking about one of our favorite board games, Betrayal at House on the Hill, and this new edition is coming out called Legacy sometime in November. I'm not really an expert on it, but Johnny, you are.
Yeah, so I've played quite a few games. Me and Court and Molly and Eli have played quite a few of these games. We've played maybe 30, 40 games over the summer. We spent a lot of hours into it, having no life over the summer. Other people were out and they were like running around and they were doing sports.
Jogging.
It's jogging. I think it's pronounced with a soft J.
Some people jog for fun.
Yeah. You gotta do it like the Germans. Jog.
Yeah, we were like, no, none of that. We like to stay put the entire time and stare at a piece of board. And yeah, it was fun.
Spooky.
One of the great things about this game is just how strategic
it is.
Yeah,
and
so
the two halves of the game.
Betrayal at House on the Hill is a strategy horror strategy horror game.
I always describe it as like Supernatural meets D&D.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's not a bad way of putting it, actually.
Yeah, so it's kind of also got a mystery feel to it. So basically, you take on one of six different figures, and each of the figures represents one of two different characters. They all have their different stats. It's physical stats, which are might and speed, and then mental stats, which are knowledge and sanity. And each of them, either they might be more balanced, or one might one might be better at one stat than the others. Basically, you go around the room, and for the first half of the game, you travel the house and explore different rooms. And along the way, you might come across some monsters. You might come across some omens or a weapon of some sort, and you take the time to boost your stats through different rooms and fight off the different creatures that you might come across. And as the game progresses and you find more omens, you're more likely to trigger a haunt. And so then part 2 will begin, which is the haunt portion of the game, when one of the players will end up being a traitor and turn against the others. Sometimes they're working alone, sometimes they're working with another monster or a whole army of other monsters, but every time that we've done it, it's always been a blast.
Yeah.
And I think what we've kind of come to realize that not all the time, but most of the time it's more fun to not be the traitor.
Yeah.
But there have been some cases where I've been the traitor and I had a blast.
Oh, yeah,
it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And I think it kind of depends on the haunt. Sometimes it depends on the balancing of the game.
Yeah.
Because I think the amount of players affects how easy or difficult it'll be on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really, you could play this game for 4 hours and not be done, or like when we introduced your dad and your brother to it, you could play for all of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You basically you need to have the right group of people. And we've spent the whole summer playing it and we never got bored of it. So
You never got bored of it?
Oh my god. Okay.
Especially when there's 50 haunts, and then that's not even including the
I thought it was
expansion.
100.
Oh yeah, the expansion breaks it out to 100.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's all of these pop culture references in it, which are just absolutely fantastic. Like when you travel around the house collecting, items and stuff. One of them is like the boomstick from Evil Dead, and others are like straight rip-offs of movies like The Mummy or something like that.
You
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, what are your guys' favorite characters to play as in the game?
So
Big Missy. I love playing as Big Missy.
my favorite character is Peter Okamoto.
That would be this little guy.
This little guy right here. He's like 12, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like playing
Big Missy is like 8.
Big Missy, the most
OP.
yeah, the most OP of 8-year-old girls.
Yeah.
I like Flash, but I never got to play.
I like Peter, and I never got to play him.
But beyond that, probably like the Reverend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing Heather. It should come as no surprise.
Big surprise there.
Yeah.
That is quite the shock.
It's either Heather or Big Missy. Everyone loves Big Missy.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that really makes this game the best with the right group of people is like when they get really, really into their character. Like if you're the betrayer, get into your character and start start becoming them, kind of like D&D. You give them a voice, you give them a personality. Molly was a great tree. She was a
She's
fantastic
been
tree.
a lot of things, because like one was really goofy where she had to be a Trump-like character.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then I think there's like
I think the
There
haunt
was, like,
for that
music-
was make America disintegrate again.
right.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and she was
goodness.
the best Trump you'd ever seen.
Right.
Yeah, much
Yeah.
better than that.
Yes.
It was a huge deal.
I think there's been like really goofy ones where we were in theater. We had to not only do you have to recite like Shakespearean stuff, but I think there's like one where you had to sing or something.
Yeah, there was there was a director and he had people that were like working for him,
Yeah.
and
That was
you had
really
to
weird.
bring him coffee or something like that. It was
Yeah.
really weird.
It's
I
like
didn't get
Buffy
that.
the Vampire Slayer episode, Once More with Feeling. I don't know if you guys ever watched that
Nope.
one. Oh,
Sure.
But-
Am I the only one cultured here?
Yes.
But the great thing about this game is that it never gets stale because there are so many haunts. Like Connor said, the base game has 50 haunts, and the expansion adds an additional 50. And with math, that makes 100.
Quick maths.
And each game is different, not only in the design and the layout of the house itself, but the haunts. I mean, you see anything from creepy dolls to crazy clowns to zombies, evil bats, a tree like Molly,
Giant squirrels.
Giant
squirrels,
Killer clowns.
Yeah.
big cats,
Right.
A storm.
a big bird taking the house away.
Dave
But-
the mailman.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Big hours
anyway,
job.
that's
Yeah.
that is gonna wrap it up for this review of Betrayal at House on the Hill.
That's right.
When we come back, we're going to talk about one of our favorite haunts, the first one that we ever did together as an entire team, Fleshwalkers. We'll be right back.
Spoopy.
Hi guys, welcome back. We're Nerdmageddon, and we're talking about one of our, I guess, favorites. It's the first haunt we ever did with Betrayal at House on the Hill. All of us, plus our producers, Molly and Eli. And it was called Fleshwalkers, and it was about evil twins.
Super scary.
Yeah.
So
Very
basically, the
spooky.
concept of this one was, typically when you travel through the house in the first phase of the game, you can build your stats. You can go to different rooms and build your stats. But in this one, when the haunt begins, your evil twin matches the stats that you have. So it doesn't matter if you got stronger or if you got weaker, because your twin is equally strong to where you are when they entered the house, which I think is terrifying.
It is.
Which means basically everything that you could have done, all the progress that you've made, means nothing.
It could even work against you.
It probably could. The one thing that would be helpful is the weapons and the items you can find along the way. But if you don't have many of those, then you're kind of out of luck, and it's kind of a dangerous. It's one of the most difficult games to play. Haunts to play.
Mm-hmm. Especially like when the Fleshwalkers attack you, they have to attack your specific character, and I mean, hopefully you can duke it out and overcome them. But if you die, that Fleshwalker can then, after killing you, go and attack other players too, which makes it like really, really intense. And
Yeah, one thing that makes it interesting is that, like you said, they have since the evil twin, the Fleshwalker, is forced to go to the equivalent, the hero equivalent. It's kind of a you feel like you have your back against the wall because they're making a beeline right for you.
Yes.
And when you have no other option but to either stand your ground and prepare and face it, or run away and try to get more items, or possibly get bad luck and
Get hurt,
worse
yeah.
your
Oh my
stats.
gosh.
Yeah. So
the house is just filled with all these traps.
Yeah.
In a collapsed room once, and I ended up falling into the basement, and then I have to fight another
It's
big
always
missing
safe
basement.
in the basement.
Yeah. There's nothing ever bad
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens in the basement.
Yeah,
of
not in a
haunted
horror
They
house.
said
movie, no.
sarcastically.
If you guys had to fight your evil twin, what would you think would be the scariest part? Or having to actually fight your evil twin?
Probably having to punch a face so beautiful. It's like I don't want to.
no, your
Your
not,
evil
not
twin.
mine.
I feel
I
like
don't
you
know,
would have
'cause
the easiest.
What?
I I feel like you would have it the easiest.
I would have it the easiest.
Yeah, because you already have a twin. I'm sure you guys
I
put
thought you were
it
saying
Oh,
because
yeah.
his stats are so weak.
Okay.
Thanks. I
Yeah, I was
quit.
being nice.
I think it would be really interesting to not only come across your own evil twin, but it would be really jarring to come across an evil twin that is like
The complete opposite of you.
no,
It's
like I mean, like somebody else. Like you said,
Oh, yeah.
coming across me. But like if I came across somebody else, you know, it wouldn't be as obvious to me that that isn't the person that I know. Like if I came across evil Corey, I wouldn't know that right away. But if I came across evil me, I'd be like, that's not okay. But you could catch me off guard because, or any of you guys, because I would be like, you're dressed weird, but you know,
Yeah.
I can't say that that's not how you should be. So.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think would be like your complete opposite? Like what would they like look like, or how would like what would they act like? How would they sound?
Mine would move a lot more than I do. He would probably be very sporty.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably run a lot. Hate Taco Bell.
Dang.
Yeah. For me, mine would probably wear a lot of pink. Because I wear black all the time. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Like I wouldn't know what my evil twin would be like. I'm scared to think of it.
She would have the same laugh though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The same witch.
My cackle.
The same witch
Cackle.
cackle.
Some things can't get lost.
Right.
Yeah, like there's something so ingrained into
Mine-
you.
I feel like mine would just have no care for how he presents himself in public, or how he dresses, or what he looks like, and probably wouldn't spend a lot of time socially with anyone. And
I bet ours would hate each other.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have no sense of friendship.
Nope.
Together.
Never.
What about you?
Mine would probably have great style. Maybe a pocket protector. Maybe even super nerdier than I am. Maybe.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Maybe
Wait.
some weird walk to him. I don't know.
Yeah. Would he have forgotten like all of like the stuff that he's learned over the eons?
I don't know.
He'd probably wear a younger man's pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. And he would not return them. He
No.
would not return those man's pants. Yeah. So that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. We're Nerdmageddon, and as always,
You
you
nerd
nerd
it
it here
here
first.
Pow pow.
Good job, guys.
All right.
I'll just go to the board.
I'll get the figurine.
All right, cool. All right, let's head back to 213 and get our stuff.
Play Betrayal!
Yes.
Okay, but hey, I'm calling Flash.
Wait, I didn't
No!
I haven't gotten to be
Johnny,
Peter,
that's
so-
my character.
Madame.
I'm the speedy boy.
No, this time I'm Flash.
You're always the
no.
OP characters at all the games.
It's
we play.
not OP. He's
Yes,
just
Flash
flat.
is.
Have you seen his mic?
Oh
OP.
yeah, but
This is
You're
this
big
is
crazy though.
You're Big Missy all the time, and you complain that you don't get to be Peter.
No, I want to be Peter because you're always Peter.
Yeah, but well, because he's Flash.
Because I'm the best Flash. Hey,
hate it when
can we not get the tree hunt again?
Okay, but if we do, you were the tree.
I don't want to be the
You were
tree.
the tree.
No.
You were the tree.
Just like you have to be
you know what? Hey, guys,
Yes,
we're parking
yes,
at the
you
wrong
are the
tree.
shining tree.
I hate you. All right.
I'll just leave it alone.
I hate you.
Hey, I was going out on a limb here with all this.
Ah!
Madame, please. No.
I have the figures. Big Missy.
Flash.
And I guess I'm the old guy, right?
You always get the old guy though. I hope we don't get fleshwalkers again. Remember, you have to kill your twin.